All right. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Wednesday, May 23rd, 2023. Uh, I'm Chris Gonzalez. He's Tony Gonzalez. Hopefully, I'll have a little bit better day today. I didn't do terrible. I was 3-3 yesterday on my picks.
I was 3-2. Lost one baseball. Was no good on my picked the over. Missed it by I think it was 224. I think it was 224 and a half. So I missed it. Got Florida right on the hockey pick. Florida's up 3-0.
Yeah, Carolina ain't been able to score hardly no goals against Florida.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing with Dallas or Vegas. Whoever comes out there, is anybody going to be able to score on Florida? Man, their defense has just been incredible the whole series. It wasn't that way during the season, but like I said, what counts is the playoffs.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's see. Billy says, "Hello guys. Need a good win today. My girlfriend needs 4 new tires." He says, "Let's hope Boston gets a win. Don't want to see them go down in flames like the Lakers." And he said, "And for Jay, go Vegas." He says, "We rooting for Vegas just because that's Tony's team." Well, I guess he's not totally wrong, laughing out loud. What did Glenn have? Tell you what, like Jay McLovin would say, "What a time to be alive." Lakers 3-2-1 Cancun. Maybe LeBron should do Space Jam 3. Might be the only way he sees another ring.
Sounds like LeBron, from what they're saying, is going to be having some off-season surgery.
Yeah, on his foot.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if he retires, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think he'll play at least one more season.
But do you think that it would? I mean, would it come into play if he sits down and talks to them and what changes they're going to make? I mean, there's no guarantee that they're going to get Reeves signed. I mean, there's going to be probably other teams interested.
I think he's restricted.
Is he restricted?
I think he's restricted free agent, so they should have a good shot at him. Now, Rui might be unrestricted free agent. Somebody was an unrestricted free agent. I'm about positive Reeves, since he was a two-way guy or whatever, he's restricted. So I think they'll get him, but they're just, even with getting him, they're still gonna have to add somebody. I mean, you didn't have enough this year, so what make, you know what I mean? If you say they re-signed Hachimura and Reeves, that still don't guarantee you're going to get there next year, because you're going to have to add somebody. I know a lot of people think they might add Kyrie.
Something I was thinking about, and you can't say for sure, it's just speculation, but the Phoenix Suns got their player, they made their trade late, and then he got hurt with Durant. They won 2 games off Denver. Lakers won none. How do you think the Lakers would have done? Of course, it's a different matchup. How do you think the Lakers would have done if they had played the Suns?
I think they beat the Suns.
Better matchup, and the Suns don't have the bench.
Suns don't have no depth. So I think Lakers would have to me would have had a better chance of beating the Suns than beating Denver. And the Suns, because I honestly think the Los Angeles Clippers, if Kawhi Leonard went and got hurt and ended up leaving the playoffs, I think the Clippers would have beat the Suns. No, the Clippers gave the Suns trouble without having, when Kawhi got hurt, and especially if they'd had Kawhi and George. But even with just Kawhi, because in the first couple games with Kawhi, they were right there, and then Kawhi got hurt, and they were still right there. The Suns' margin of error was just so slim because they didn't have no bench. Lakers bench didn't play terrible. They didn't have the depth to match up with Denver.
I think Denver's proven right now how good they really are, but it's for naught if they don't win it all. If they don't beat guessing sad if it don't be Miami because I don't think Boston's coming back. I mean, it'd be nobody's ever done it 3-0, so I don't think it's going to happen. So
I, I think Denver's going to win it all, but I think it's not going to be. Don't get me wrong; it's not going to be an easy series, no matter which team they play.
do you think Miami's got the depth to play?
I don't think so, but I haven't thought they. I didn't think they'd have the depth to make it this far with some of the injuries they've had. But yeah, Glenn, you are right. They have mortgaged away a lot of their picks and stuff as well. So,
and that's what the other thing. Now, Kyrie's a free agent, right?
yeah, I think he'll be a free agent.
See, I didn't understand because.
But the thing is, how much money is he going to want? Are you going? Can you get Kyrie and still be able to get Reeves and
Yes.
Hachimura signed as well? You know what I mean? Could you under the salary cap?
Yeah.
No, hey, LeBron. I will give LeBron this. LeBron played a heck of a. He played a heck of a first half last night. Played a good game last night. Played everything but like 4 seconds. Wasn't nearly as effective in the second half as the first half, but he wasn't aggressive in the second half like he was the first half. But I think a lot of that was I think he was tired because he done so much in that first half to get them for them to get that lead that they had, be up by 15 at halftime. But the Nuggets defense tightened up in that second half. I mean,
scored 38 points.
Yeah, he scored 72 in the first half.
72, 73, whatever.
In the first half, something like that, and then like not even 40 in the second half.
Yep.
So I mean,
and the defense, and then I think, like you said, I think LeBron was out of gas. I see people blaming Davis, and don't get me wrong, Lakers had a great first half. A lot of that was due to LeBron, but only 9 points in the second half. So I mean,
well, I think he was tired in the second half.
Used his gas tank,
and hey, and rightfully so. I mean, the way he played in that first half, but he played for them to win. That's how he was going to play. He was attacking the goal, and he's hard to stop when he's attacking the goal. We talked about it earlier in the series, but in the second half, he wasn't aggressive like that. And Davis didn't have a good offensive night, and I understand some people be on Davis set out 5, 6, 7 minutes of that game where LeBron set out 4 seconds.
Yep. And
you know what I mean? In an elimination game, hey,
also,
some guys you got to be all in.
They're late in the game. I've seen a few plays where Joker went to the basket. They didn't have no answer for him. They couldn't stop him.
Yeah, Glenn. None of the players are loyal anymore, like you had with Reggie and Duncan. I'll say Kobe, but even Kobe was at one point was trying to get out of Los Angeles. LeBron was looking like me after the 500 Sunday he was spent. Damon says he thinks LeBron is leaving LA to go back to Cleveland. I mean, I guess maybe he could just because it's home, but I don't think. Do you think him going back to Cleveland is going to give him a better chance to win a championship than where he's at right now? I don't know. You know what I mean? That's at his point in his career. You got to have 3 guys on the team. It can't be just like him and Davis. You need another star player on that team. In my opinion, if they're going to win a championship. I know a lot of people want Irving. I don't know if Irving's the guy. Irving hasn't been that kind of player since he left LeBron and tried to go out on his own. Now, if he's back with LeBron, will he be more like the player he was then? Maybe, but I don't know if I'd mortgage my future on Kyrie either. So,
who would the player be? Is there anybody out there?
Man, see, I'd have to look and see like who's going to be free agents, who's available, and I mean, I guess it don't have to be a free agent because you can make a trade. But what team has a player like that they really want to they would want to get rid of?
I know one of our friends keeps yelling about Lillard for LeBron. don't think Portland would make that trade.
No, I wouldn't. I've heard a lot of people think that Lillard might end up with the Celtics in a trade with sending Jaylen Brown over to Portland.
What about Harden on the
I could
Lakers?
see that happening
What
before
about
I saw
Harden
that
on the
one.
Lakers?
I don't think I'd make that move.
I was going to ask you about this player. I don't know a lot about him. I'm not a huge NBA guy. He's on the Bulls, the center of that.
Vucevic.
What do you think of him?
He's not a bad player. He ain't very good on the defensive end, but I mean he can shoot the ball and he can score. I mean he would help him a little bit, but he's not going to be the guys that I don't think he's the only would be the guy that would take him to.
No, I'm thinking about the Pacers. Because he averages a double-double.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. I mean, I wouldn't be totally against it, but I don't think he plays physical enough underneath.
Okay.
Lakers probably going to want a Kings rant. Yeah, that's the thing, and I don't think the Lakers are going to get what they want for LeBron. At least I wouldn't give. It's hard to give up that much for a player that's getting ready to be 39 years old.
You know how long he's going to play, and is there a team out there? Do you think that you could take LeBron, put him on there, and make you a championship team?
Add him to the Nuggets. If he wants another championship, add him to the Nuggets.
What about Golden State?
Now that can maybe work with Golden State because you have Steph that can score, especially if Thompson can get back where he's playing consistent. I could see that may be working just because LeBron, you wouldn't have to depend on LeBron every night to get 30, 40 points. I think a lot of that last night, I don't think he's retired. I think a lot of that was leverage on the Lakers. Make it well.
What about Miami?
I don't know with the culture they have right now, because that's one thing everybody talks about is how Jimmy Butler and Spoelstra and them guys, they empower all the players to be themselves and just play free and don't worry about one guy getting all this, you know what I mean? One guy getting all the shots. So would that change a little bit if you brought him in? Now, being later in his career, maybe it wouldn't change. And I could see that maybe being a good fit but what are you going to have to give up to get him though? That's, you know what I mean? That'd be the thing.
Yeah.
Billy says he don't want LeBron in Boston.
I'm not a huge. I mean, I'm a fan of his playing. I'm not a fan of his attitude, personally. But ain't like I know him personally either. So just what I see on TV and stuff. I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but a very great player.
Yeah, like I said, I've never been a big LeBron fan, but and a lot of that, and some of that was because he kept the pace. He kept like Michael Jordan kept the Pacers out of getting to the finals.
Yeah.
But I'll respect him for the player he is. I mean, he's a hell of a player. And even what he's done in these playoffs at his age and playing so many years, it wouldn't. I know a lot of Lakers fans were saying it was LeBron's fault and this and that. It wasn't LeBron's fault they lost that series. Did he have a few turnovers at bad times? Yes.
I don't think it was all.
But they wouldn't have been in the position they were to win those games if it wouldn't have been for
him. A lot of people
either.
are blaming all on Davis too, and I don't think that's fair either. That's not all Davis's fault. Just didn't have enough. Yeah. Just didn't have enough players to compete with Denver. I mean, let's face it. Denver's a lot better team. Denver proved it.
All right. Let's see. We'll start in go ahead and start in baseball, and then we'll talk about the NBA game. Games I like tonight for baseball. First game I'm going with is going to be the White Sox and the Cleveland Guardians. Guardians are 1.5 run favorites. Minus 126 on the money line. The White Sox are plus 108 on the money line. Over-unders at 8.5. On the mound for the White Sox is Cease. He has a 4.78 ERA. Allen's on the mound for the Guardians, the 3.04 ERA. I'm gonna go with the Guardians here. Guardians have a better home record, or a pretty good record at home, excuse me. And the White Sox have struggled on the road, so I like the Guardians at the on the money line at the minus 126.
A question from Andre. I don't know if you have that game on your.
No, that isn't one of the games I'm picking anything on the day, but I do like Strider on the mound. But I would favor Strider over. I would favor the Braves over the Dodgers with Strider on the mound. I didn't like it today. Only reason I didn't pick it, they have the Braves at minus 200, and I usually don't pick money line if it's minus 200 or more unless I'm doing like parlays. But since
Who's on the mound for the Dodgers?
Allen, or not Allen, Miller, excuse me, Miller. And then I didn't want to give up the run and a half. So that's basically why I didn't take that. But I do like that Strider is on the mound for the Braves. Strider's been pitching real good this season. See, the next game I like is the Rangers at the Pirates. Rangers are 1.5 run favorites, minus 166 on the money line. The Pirates are plus 140 on the money line. Over-under is at 8 runs. On the mound for the Rangers is Evaldi. He has a 5-2 record with a 2.83 ERA. You have Hill on the mound for the Pirates, who is 4-3 with a 3.80 ERA. Even though the Pirates burned me yesterday, I took the Rangers yesterday, and the Pirates hit a walk off. Was it a grand slam? Was it a walk off home run, or I can't remember if it was a grand slam or if it was just a home run. But they hit a walk off to beat the Rangers last night. But I like the Rangers today again on the money line. And then my next game is going to be the Cardinals and the Reds. Cardinals are 1.5 run favorites. Why you look at me for? Minus 146 on the money line. Reds are plus 124 on the money line. You have over-unders at 10. Wainwright on the mound for the Cardinals. He's has a 5.74 ERA. On the mound for the Reds is Ashcraft, who has a 4.84 ERA. I'm gonna go with the Reds at the plus 1.5 here. The Reds did get a win yesterday by 1 run on a walk off. I think it's going to be a close game. Both these pitchers haven't been at their best, but I think it's going to be a close game. I like the Reds at the plus 1.5. And then next game I like is the Toronto Blue Jays, Tampa Bay Rays. Rays are 1.5 run favorites at home, minus 126 on the money line. Blue Jays are plus 108 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 8.5 runs. On the mound for the Blue Jays is Barrios. He has a 4.61 ERA. You have Bradley on the mound for the Rays, who is 3-0 with a 3.54 ERA. The Rays are 22-4 at home. I like the Rays here on the money line at the minus 126. And then my last game in Major League Baseball night is going to be the San Francisco Giants and Minnesota Twins. And I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a baseball game to watch tonight, I think it's going to be a good one, good pitching matchup. But the Twins are 1.5 run favorites, minus 158 on the money line. Giants are plus 134 on the money line. Over-unders at 8 runs. On the mound for the Giants is Cobb. He has a 3-1 record with a 1.94 ERA. And on the mound for the Minnesota Twins is Sonny Gray, who has a 4-0 record with a 1.64 ERA. This could be a real good pitching matchup tonight. I like the Twins at home on the money line at the minus 158. So that's going to be my baseball picks for today. Guardians money line, Rangers money line, Reds plus 1.5, Rays money line, and the Twins on the money line.
Yeah, my MLB parlay for tonight, I got Texas money line at Pittsburgh. I've got Toronto at Tampa Bay. I'll take Tampa Bay money line. I've got Baltimore at the Yankees. I'll take the Yankees money line. And I've got San Diego money line at Washington. That's my 14 parlay. And then I'll go ahead and do my hockey. Vegas at Dallas. it's gonna be a tough game. I'm gonna go Vegas money line. I'm gonna go with my team. Hopefully, we can go up 3-0 and really put the pressure on them. I hope.
Damian is, in my opinion, is way too early to know if the Jets screwed up for trading for Rodgers. He's saying now that Rodgers and Lazard are both injured. Rodgers, from what I'm hearing, it's not a big injury. He tweaked something a little bit. I think he just set out today more precautionary than anything because they said he didn't really get no treatment or anything on it. I don't know much about Lazard, but we still are over 100 days.
We're not even in June yet.
Yes, we're still over 100 days before the season starts. So yeah, to me it's too early to say that they screwed up trading for Rodgers. I think Rodgers is going to be good there with New York. I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I think they'll be a better team this year than they were last year.
Let me ask you this: I was watching a show today, and it was Colin Cowherd, and he said that he feels like this is the best defense. The Jets' defense is the best defense that Rodgers have ever had. Do you think so?
It could be. Rodgers never really had real good defenses in Green Bay. That was one reason they only won the one Super Bowl. But they had a pretty good defense that year. But I don't know if it's as good as this Jets defense, especially if this Jets defense can play like they did last year. That's the thing: is this Jets defense going to look like they did last year? You never know from year to just because a team had a real good defense last year. You never know the next year. Sometimes they don't play up to that same level, or they really didn't. I don't think they really lost anybody, but they got a good young core over there. I think they're going to be pretty good. Yeah, they're going to have to stay healthy, but the season hasn't even started yet, so it's way too early for me to say that they screwed up because a couple guys have a little minor injuries right now. I don't know what Lazard's injury is, to be honest with you. I saw that they said he had something about him, but I hadn't really read too much into it. I heard a little bit more about the Rodgers because they were talking about it earlier when I was working on some stuff.
There was a report that came out late in Colin Cowherd's show that a lady reporter, forget the name, reported that he also may have tweaked his calf. But again, we're 100 days away from the season. So,
and then NBA tonight, you got the Celtics and the Heat. They have the Heat as one. Oh, that's went up a little bit. Heat are 1.5 point favorites, minus 120 on the money line. Celtics are plus 102 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 216.5. So that's went down. It was at 217. So I need to change that. That's 216.5. I'm gonna go with the Heat at the -1. I want to go with the Celtics because I do think there's a okay. See, I was pretty sure. Thanks, Billy. I was pretty sure it was a grand slam because I picked the Rangers to win last night. And I was about positive when I'd heard on. I wasn't paying attention to TV, but I was doing something on the computer. But I had Sports Center or something on. Because I swore I heard him say the Pirates hit a grand slam to win the game.
Yeah, I had the Rangers too.
And the Reds hit a walk-off to win the game. India got a walk-off yesterday to win the game. I want to go with the Celtics here, but I'm going to go with the Heat. The main reason I'm going with the Heat is just because the way the Celtics came out last game. That's what scares me. They didn't put up much of a fight last game.
Do you think
in game 3?
Do you think they gave up?
I think they did. They gave up in that second. I would say about midways through that third quarter when that third quarter started going sideways. I mean, yeah, they did. But when you're down by 30 after 3 quarters, I mean, what's the chances of you winning the game? Yeah. I mean, so I understand that in a way. I just didn't like the way they didn't come out with urgency in that game like I thought they would. You're down 2-0. You lost 2 games on your home court. I expected them to come out with a little more fire than what they did. That's what scares me about tonight. Because they didn't come out with that fire last game. Now you're down 3-0. You're going to be able to come out with that fire tonight. Part of me believes they will. I'm going to go with the Heat at the -1, but I do like the over the 216.5. 2 of the games have been over. 2 of the 3 games have been over that so far in this series. So I'm going to go Heat -1 and over the 216.5 in that game.
I usually go overs, but this time I had the under, so I'm gonna stick with it. Under 216.5.
Going with the under. But yeah, that's the games I have for today. Don't forget tomorrow we have next couple days got a couple big shows coming up tomorrow. Got Pro Wrestler Big Country be joining us at 6:30 tomorrow evening. Should be a great conversation. Join us for that. And then Thursday show another show I'm excited for.
Yes.
As Justin Terrell, Pro Wrestler Justin Terrell and Christian Cash both are going to be joining us. They're going to be facing each other in a championship versus career steel cage match
Main event.
this Saturday night in Kokomo, Indiana, for AACW, which we'll be streaming that live at 7 p.m. Eastern Saturday night, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at Gonzo Sports Room. But Thursday night, 5:30, both of them are going to be on at the same time. There's going to be some fireworks. I know these guys. They're going to go at it. They're going to go at it. So it should be very interesting. So join us Thursday 5:30 for that. And then, like I said, Saturday night we will be live at 7 p.m. Eastern with that show. Should be an awesome show. I know they got two cage matches. I think are going to be real good matches. With you got Terrell and Cash championship versus career, as Cash's career is on the line. But then you also have ladies' man Mike King versus JKO Joey Owens. A lot of you that watch our wrestling shows know who both those guys are, because Mike King's been on our show a bunch, and Joey Owens is in our intro video, saying this is the Joey Owens show.
Yes, and he's been on the show.
And he's been on
2-3 times.
He's been on the show. He's been on the show probably about 4 or 5 times now as well. So, and not just our shows for interview. If you watch our live streams of pro wrestling shows, you see them guys a lot. They're at a lot of the shows we go to.
They've been battling.
Christian Cash and Justin Terrell have been on quite a few shows that we've live streamed as well.
Mike and Joey's been battling for years. I mean, I don't think this feud's ever going to end, and this is just another chapter. So I'm looking forward to it.
So we got a lot of stuff going on this week. So join us for that. Then please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports.
I did have a question for you, and I had a question for everybody out there. Just something I seen just a little bit ago. I want to get your opinion. Bully Ray says that he thinks Cody Rhodes is a bigger star now in WWE than he ever was in AEW.
Oh, I agree.
I think so too. I think so too. I think they made a mistake in AEW when they said that if he lost this one match, I think it was against Jericho, that he could never win a world championship ever there. I think that hurt him to ever put a stipulation on that, take him out of that hunt at all. I think that was a big mistake. I think he's even come out and said that he thought that was a mistake. But I don't know if people got to see it, but he was in about 3 segments on Raw. He's the big baby face on Raw. It was interesting. As soon as the show came on, Brock attacked him, then attacked him again in the ring. And then had Triple H come out. And then Bully really talked about Triple H a lot, that the fact that a couple of times, and they even showed the pictures, that Triple H was smiling. And I still wonder if they're not going to go to that story of Triple H screwing with Cody.
Or they could.
Very easily could.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. I didn't watch all Raw last night. But what I watched, a big part of Raw last night was setting up the match between Cody and Lesnar on Saturday. That was the match that was getting the most.
Well, that, and then also the other one. They focused on 3 matches. Really, they said there's going to be 3 main event matches. One of them is Becky and Trish.
I like that promo. I was level when Becky was barking at her.
It was very good. And then
when Becky was, and I'm a Trish fan, but when Becky was barking at her, I was cracking up.
Both of them did very well. I thought the promo was very good. Also, a lot of focus on the Bloodline story and the match with Kevin Owens and them. So with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So I mean, they're really featuring those 3 matches. I also wanted to get your opinion, something that you brought up to me, and I read. A wrestling promoter here in Indiana. He watches Raw religiously, watches AEW, goes to the shows and stuff. He thought that this is the worst build they've ever done for any of these shows they've done in Saudi Arabia.
For an overseas show.
And I disagree completely, because the other shows they bring Brock in, they bring Goldberg in. It was kind of throwaway show. It was bringing back old guys.
Yeah, didn't have
much with the storyline.
Yeah, didn't have the storyline.
They're trying to keep building the storylines I like it better. That's me personally. Now everybody may have their own opinion.
I think I like it. Yeah, because I said something to you about it because I was like, I didn't agree with that at all. That this is the weakest card, or the weakest promo they've had up
Well,
to it.
not-
I think they're doing a good.
Not only is that a callback to Brock Lesnar with Undertaker's arm, it's also a big major callback to the Four Horsemen breaking Dusty's arm in a car door. They didn't do a car door, but they broke. Maybe it was his leg. That may take him out. They may have broke his arm too. They broke a lot of things on Dusty, but I think it's definitely a callback to that. Some people don't like that. He's not Dusty. Don't do that. I disagree. I love it. Of course, I'm old school, so.
Well, yeah, and I don't think this will be the weakest promotion. And the reason I say that too is because like I've never been for one, I've never was a big Goldberg fan, but like bringing Goldberg back from the shows for Saudi, I mean, I understood why they did it in a way because the guy was paying a lot of money and that's who he wanted.
Yeah.
But other than that, I didn't ever like they were bringing Goldberg back. Goldberg didn't at that point in his career. He didn't have no business being in a big match like that. And
also the other thing,
which I've never been a big Goldberg fan either. So
also the other main event. Actually, I don't think Trish was one of the main events, even though I thought they built that matchup good. It's the AJ Styles and Seth Rollins. The Seth Rollins interview segments the last 2 or 3 weeks have been outstanding.
And I love how they broke it up like that.
Yeah, it's been outstanding. I mean, yeah, Seth Rollins really sold me on that match. And then the stuff that they showed for AJ Styles, all his history. I think they did a real good job with that. And I know they was kind of caught behind the 8 ball because Seth is gone right now shooting a movie, but I think they did a great job with it. Sometimes you get too much of that face-to-face conference, the contract signing crap, and you get too much of that sometimes. They did that with the women. They did a great job, but I think it was good that they did it a different way this time.
Yeah, I was cracking up during that promo with Trish and Becky. But yeah, when she kept barking, I was cracking up.
That's true, Glenn. That there's in the past that they've requested people that still went alive. they requested people that, the Saudi that prince or king or whatever he is was trying to get people that weren't even alive anymore.
I think it's going to be a real good card, real good show Saturday. Like I said, I won't get to watch it all Saturday. I'll have to watch it later, but because we'll be.
And I talked about there's 3 shows pay-per-views this week.
Especially depending on what time we leave Saturday, if we're gonna go eat and stuff.
Yeah, I think we'll go eat. So, but there's actually 4 pay-per-views. Impact's got a pay-per-view Friday night. So there's 4 pay-per-views this weekend.
Well, no, we could just tell Marcus, hey man, we're not gonna be able which I don't want to do that for 2 reasons. One, I like going out to eat with them, but the other reason is it wouldn't do me much good because I still wouldn't get to watch the whole pay-per-view because I got to start driving.
Well, if
you could watch while I'm driving.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna have it on my phone, but I wish there was a place there.
I can watch it. I'll do a Mike King.
No, I won't even put it on there because Mike King's about killed us several times. He's nuts. He'll be driving along or looking for what was it? Wasn't buffalo? What was it? I forget what he was looking for, but
was it elk? Wasn't it?
It was elk. He's looking out the window for elk. Oh Lord!
One day, he was showing me a video, and he's looking at me. Yeah, pointing at his phone, because he wouldn't hold his phone. He had it sitting on the dash, and a little slot would sit in there.
Yeah,
and he's pointing at the phone, looking at me, not even looking at the road. The other guy in the front seat was ready to kill him.
Yeah,
Tommy Gage. He was ready to kill him. Oh man! And we ain't going that far. We was going 40 minutes away.
Yeah. No, but I'm thrilled to be going to Kokomo for this show. I think it's gonna be fantastic. I am a little disappointed that I'm gonna miss that, but we'll get to see it. And then, like I said, I'm disappointed, but to be able to, so I can cover on Monday, I'm gonna watch AEW first on Sunday night, and then I'll watch. It's easier for me to go back and watch NXT.
I'm gonna say you ain't fooling nobody. You're gonna watch the Saudi show when we get back Saturday night.
Probably will, unless I'm just completely wiped out.
But no. Busy weekend this weekend, especially if you're a pro wrestling fan. Plus, could still have some hockey going on, depending on what happens.
Hopefully,
NBA could be done till the June 1st, depending on what happens in that series.
Yeah, hockey still got another game for sure after this one because it's only 2-0.
Yeah.
So they still got the day's Tuesday, so they'll play again Thursday.
Today's
for sure.
Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday. Okay. Yeah. No, today's Tuesday. Tuesday, Chris.
It is Tuesday. Son of a bitch.
Don't argue with me.
I opened it. Why'd you let me open up the show and say it was Wednesday?
I didn't know that you did. I didn't think you was that big of an idiot.
It is Wednesday.
It is Tuesday, man.
Or Tuesday.
You still don't, I just told you it is Tuesday. It's my first day of work for the week. It's Tuesday. That's how I know. And you said to tell me it's Wednesday.
Oh, fuck. I thought it was Wednesday all day today. And you know what the bad thing is? I put out advertisements for the interview on Wednesday for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I still thought the day was fucking Wednesday.
You guys see what I got to work with. I'm old, and I'm not that senile.
Oh, man. It'll be Wednesday later tonight.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I did open up the show Wednesday, May 23rd. You didn't even say nothing.
I didn't even notice. I didn't think you would think it was Wednesday. Somewhere it's Wednesday already.
Oh,
I'm sure.
Man, I don't know why I thought it was Wednesday for it, but man, Billy says his brother drives like that. He says I told him to keep his eyes on the road. Oh yeah, you get in the car with Mike King, you never know what's going to happen.
What match are you most excited for on that card? The Saudi.
Probably the Brock and Cody, just because the way they built it up has really got me into it. I loved when Brock had that Kimura lock, and he was saying "fight, fight," and he goes "fight," and I was cracking up.
Yeah.
But it just his facial, but
yes.
And then also the Sami Zayn in them because I'm big Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens fan. So
you don't know where they're going to go next with that. I mean, rumors are that you're going to possibly see Roman and Solo against the Usos, maybe at Money in the Bank or at SummerSlam,
and they could have Solo. They could have Solo turn on Roman.
Yeah, you don't know what they're going to do.
You know what I mean? Because they keep having him look conflicted between Roman and his brothers. So who knows what's going to happen?
They've done a real good job with that, and also to keep Owens and them in the mix, doing a good job. I hope Randy Orton gets well, and I want to see him and Riddle go at it. I think that'd be awesome.
There's been some rumors that he might not. He might be done.
There's rumors. Yeah, there definitely is.
Well, no, we appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. We'll be back tomorrow, Wednesday.
Not Thursday?
No, well, we'll be back Thursday as well, but not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I got it right now.
All right.
But right around 3 o'clock for another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show.
It'll take you about 45 minutes.
Also, don't forget you can find Easy Money, a sports betting show in podcast form: Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcast. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. So if you'd like to listen to audio version, you can also check that out as well.
I believe it's Orton's back, isn't it? I know he had.
I think it's his back.
And there was rumors around WrestleMania that he was getting close to coming back, and now since then they're saying that he may be done completely, that he can never wrestle again. So don't know what the truth is, really, because I mean. I think the things leak, but I think sometimes WWE the things that they may leak may be the opposite, to throw people off. So I just don't know.
Yeah,
I hope he comes back. I
hope he comes back too, because he's always been one of my favorites to watch as well. He's good. But like and follow Facebook, YouTube, or Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports. That's where I post all the information about our shows. Don't forget about the interviews Wednesday and Thursday. Join us for those. Also, Saturday, we got that big wrestling show Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Hope everybody has a great Tuesday night. We will see. We will see you guys tomorrow, right around 3 o'clock.
One quick question: is it April or May?
It's May.
Okay,
I do know what month.
Okay,
it is.
I just double check.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.